Welcome to Atomic Bonding, Part 2. Last week, we learned about how metal and nonmetal elements interact through creating ionic bonds. Metals form positive ions by giving away electrons from their outermost energy level. By losing their outermost electrons, they get a new outermost energy level, a full outermost energy level. Nonmetals form negative ions by taking in new electrons into their outermost energy level. By gaining new electrons, they too get a full outermost energy level. Because of the attraction between these opposite charges, the metal and nonmetal ions attract each other and form an ionic bond. Nonmetals and metals can also bond with themselves. When nonmetals bond with other nonmetals, we call it a covalent bond. Since nonmetals have such a strong grip on their electrons, remember those terms electronegativity and ionization energy, they won't give them away to another atom. Instead, nonmetals share their outermost or valence electrons with each other to create bonds. Let's see how this works using these two atoms of fluorine. Each of these atoms of fluorine will donate one electron to the bond, and these electrons will be shared in between the two atoms so that both atoms has equal pull on the shared electrons. Depending on how many electrons an atom needs to have a full outer shell, it can form multiple bonds. For example, this oxygen can form a bond with one hydrogen and another bond with another hydrogen. Atoms can also form multiple bonds with the same atom. When two oxygens join together, they actually each donate 2 electrons to the bond, creating what is known as a double bond. There are a lot of molecules joined by covalent bonds that you use all the time. Water is a really good example, as is oxygen and nitrogen gas, which makes up a big part of our atmosphere, and carbon dioxide is a really common covalent compound. Now it's time to talk about the bonds formed between 2 or more atoms of metal. We call these metallic bonds. Real clever, huh? Since metals give up their electrons so easily, they have low electronegativity and ionization energy, all of the atoms involved in a metallic bond will pass their extra electrons around, creating a sea of electrons that floats around the atom. This is why metals are such good conductors. The many electrons floating around between the atoms allows for heat and electricity to move easily through the substance. So there you have it. We have now covered the 3 main types of bonds that form between elements. Ionic, between metal and nonmetal ions. Covalent, between nonmetal atoms. And metallic, between metal atoms.